Well, the US markets actually snapped the 4-day winning streak when it comes to the Dow, and that was because of this uncertainty regarding the US-China trade talks. Remember, there were some reports that perhaps China is not agreeing to all the demands that US has put, and also that there'll be one of the delegations that will be traveling to US later this week or next week, and that is the reason it has added to a bit of uncertainty. If you look at the Asian markets right now, they're all coming more or less under a bit of pressure. So the Kospi is down over 1% as we speak, and even the early rates from Hang Seng suggest a downtick of around 150 points. Shanghai is down at just 0.25%, and similar is the case with Nikkei, but Hang Seng is showing a cut of around 150 points, so we have to keep an eye out on that. Let's see what the SGX Nifty is suggesting, because earlier it was showing a downtick of around 6 to 7 points. Let's see if there has been yes, it's still showing a cut of around 6 points, so let's see where we start the day. It looks like it'll be around that 11,570 level. But remember, the big talking point yesterday was that L&T has actually completed the first step of what is likely to be a 3-part takeover. It has bought just over 20% stake from the founder of Cafe Coffee Day and an early investor in Mindtree, which is VG Siddhartha. L&T plans to take its shareholding to over 66% through an open offer as well as open market purchases. Now, L&T has maintained that there is no hostility and they are doing this straight from the heart. They have also left the door open to negotiate with Mindtree's promoter once again. But on the flip side, the Mindtree promoters are in no mood to budge at all. They hit back at L&T, calling the hostile takeover an attempt as a grave threat and one that could lead to value destruction. So where does this leave Mindtree and its shareholders? How is this battle likely to play out? Here are some experts with their expert opinion on that.
The best case scenario, which currently is not doesn't seem to be on the table, is of course L&T to regard this as an investment and hold about 35%, which is what they will minimum hope to achieve, and then continue to get the promoters or the founders of Mindtree to run the company as is. That's a best case scenario. But right now, the amount of hostility shown by, in fact, the founders of Mindtree seems to could brush L&T the wrong way, so which would be unfortunate.
It is very obvious that maybe after 6 months or 1 year, they would think of merger. Obviously, at this point in time, we can't expect them to openly admit that, because it doesn't make sense to run 3 entities differently. And the advantage is that a combination of all 3 entities would give you about 21,000 crore of revenue, which will make this company as the 6th largest company in the IT space. And therefore, they can even aspire to become much bigger than the 21,000 crore.
The only option which I think is there with Mindtree right now is to have a backing of a large financial investor, because clearly the transaction between Mr. Siddhartha and L&T that needs to have should go ahead. So the balance part of the transaction is where Mindtree can basically try and have some roadblocks.
Well, back home on Dalal Street, the Nifty ended its continued its winning streak. In fact, ended with good gains in yesterday's trading session. 7th straight session that the Nifty has ended in the green. Sonia joins us early this morning to run us through all the cues. Hi Sonia, good morning.
Hi Nigel, good morning. Yes, the bulls are in full steam, it seems. 7th straight day running now. The Nifty has ended in the green. The Nifty Bank ended at record highs yesterday. It's up about 2,000 points in the last 7 days itself. And now in the month of March, the Nifty has gained almost 7%, sitting at a 6-month high. The money is coming in thick and fast from the FI stable. So yesterday as well, we got FI buying of 2,132 odd crores. With this, the FIs have now bought 23,000 crores in the month of March. This compares to 13,000 crores in the month of February and 128 crores in the month of January. So definitely a pre-election rally is playing out and big money coming in from foreign investors. In fact, if you look at what happened in the month of March, there's a big outperformance that the MSCI India index has seen compared to the emerging market peers. So MSCI India is up 9% in March, while Asia ex-Japan and the emerging market index is up less than 2%. No great cues coming from across the globe. The Dow snapped its its 4-day winning streak to end absolutely flat. The only niggling worry is that Brent crude continues to move up. In fact, Brent is now sitting at a 2019 high, a 4-month high. Yesterday, it hit a high of $68.2 a barrel. So that's perhaps something that you need to keep on your radar. But otherwise, looks like the going is quite good.
Okay, so the going is good and the money is coming thick and fast, Sonia. But in terms of stocks, what are you watching out for?
Well, yesterday there were quite a few milestones that stocks hit. Reliance, in fact, hit a market cap of $125 billion for the first time since 2008. So I'm going to keep my eye out on that. Jet will once again be in focus. I expect more pressure there. But SBI will also be in focus after Etihad asked SBI to buy the 24% stake in Jet for 400 crores. So perhaps it could be under a bit of pressure. Jet Airways has given the pilot union has given Jet Airways an ultimatum. They've said that they've decided not to fly from the 1st of April unless a letter of intent is signed for the pending dues. So there could be further pressure in Jet. DLF is in focus. The DLF Heinz JV will invest up to 1,900 crores to develop 2.9 million square feet in Udyog Vihar, Gurugram, which is their second joint venture. Axis Bank had an analyst meeting yesterday. They said in the analyst meeting that deposit growth is a challenge. They are very cautious on infrastructure finance, and they said that they will stay away from financing greenfield projects at the moment because of the challenging environment. Also, in terms of delivery-based buying, you had 400 crore delivery buying in Infosys, 200 crore delivery buying in Axis Bank. So these are a couple of large caps that will continue to be in focus.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that, Sonia.